What's up, squad, and welcome to episode 11 of X Marks the Spot, your dedicated Xbox podcast here at youtube.com/installationx. I'm your host, your captain, your one-man band, Sykes, and I hope that whoever you are, wherever you are, and whatever you may be doing, you are safe and well. Don't forget that if you enjoy this video podcast, then please make sure you leave a like, you head over to InstallationX and subscribe, and you hit that bell for notifications of future uploads to support the channel on the road to 1,000 subs. If you want to get involved in the show, then let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and you can also send me your questions via email to xmarksthespotpodcast@gmail.com or tweet me at _installation_x. The best questions will be added to the show. And a reminder, if you need some crewmates to aid you in your gaming experiences, then you can send us your gamer tag and a description of the games you play and the people you are looking for to xmarksthespotpodcast@gmail.com, and I'll read them out at the start of the show with our Crawling All Crewmates section. Well, I hope you're well, squad. It's been an interesting week in the gaming world, and probably more importantly, the streaming world as well, because there's a lot of stuff that's been going around with the kind of the resurgence of the Me Too movement. A lot of people coming out and speaking about the sexual assault and sexual harassment cases. I've been following some of them a little bit closely. No means no, folks. Pretty straightforward. That's all I'm going to say about that. You know, courageously well done to the people who have come forward and spoken out, and people hopefully are going to get held accountable for their actions, which is great. But there is another week of Xbox news. We will continue to discuss the Xbox news of the week. Before we get into that, though, quick channel update. The Banished are back. I did a video on this the other day. A audio file or audio clip dropped by 343 Industries on the official Halo YouTube channel and other social media pages teased that the Banished from Halo Wars 2 are going to be coming back to Halo Infinite, or they're going to be coming back to the Halo universe via Halo Infinite, which is very, very exciting, because if you know anything about the Banished or Atriox or any of those characters from Halo Wars 2, that is very, very exciting. And if you don't know anything about them, go look them up. I've ordered myself a copy of Rise of Atriox, the comic, because I want to get into this, and I want to learn more of the Halo lore anyway, so that's very, very exciting. And we will just get straight back in to the Xbox Treasure Chest of News, and this week we have 3 items in the Xbox Treasure Chest of News, and we will start with the big one. Now, before people complain at me, Sykes, oh, this is so old news now. I know, but this kind of dropped literally hours after I uploaded episode 10, so I felt that I needed to cover it now, and it's big enough to cover now anyway. So, item number 1, Microsoft has officially pulled the plug on Mixer, with all services being transferred to Facebook Gaming. This is via Xbox Wire. This was a massive story, and rightfully so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through the Xbox Wire article, which came from Phil Spencer himself, and we're going to pick that apart. So, quote, we'll start again. Quote, "For us at Xbox, the player is at the center of the gaming experience, always. It's our responsibility to make sure great games and related experiences go to meet players wherever they are. Our priority and focus is on the world-class content being made by our 15 Xbox game studios, the evolution of Xbox Game Pass, the launch of Xbox Series X, and the global opportunity to play anywhere with Project xCloud. Bringing that vision to life for as many people as possible will see us working with different partners, platforms, and communities for years to come. It will also see us adjusting our strategy to best serve players wherever they gather daily, which includes the category of live streaming. We're grateful for the collective work from the Mixer community in creating a welcoming, supportive, and positive place from day one. Ultimately, the success of partners and streamers on Mixer is dependent on our ability to scale the service for them as quickly and broadly as possible. It became clear that the time needed to grow our own live streaming community to scale was out of measure with the vision and experiences we wanted to deliver to gamers now, so we decided to close the operations side of Mixer and help the community transition to a new platform. To better serve our community's needs, we're teaming up with Facebook to enable the Mixer community to transition to Facebook Gaming. Beginning today, Facebook Gaming will make it easy for anyone in the Mixer community to join if they choose to do so. We will work to transition the Mixer community over the next few weeks. Starting on July 22nd, all Mixer sites and apps will redirect users to Facebook Gaming. For Mixer partners, streamers, and viewers, we expect you'll have many questions. You can find more details on how we will support the transition of Facebook Gaming on the Mixer blog here. There's a link in the original Xbox Wire article, which I will leave in the description below. Transitioning the Mixer community is a key part of a broader effort that Xbox and Facebook Gaming are embarking on, bringing new experiences and opportunities to Facebook, where every month more than 700 million people play a game, watch a game of video, or interact in a gaming group. Continued focus on the future of Xbox. Everything we've done to date at Xbox has been to meet players where they are and reduce the friction between curiosity and play as much as possible, making it easy for players to discover and play games wherever they create new, viable pathways for developers to reach new players and to be rewarded for new ideas. This is where our work can make the widest impact. Key to this vision is our Project xCloud technology, which will see delivering games to all kinds of screens and windows in your life, including those on Facebook. Gaming is already part of a social fabric, and Project xCloud can take you from discussing a new game, whether it's a funny in-game moment posted by a friend, an ad, or an ongoing stream, directly to playing it. In the future, through the power of Xbox Live and Project xCloud, we see there being just one click between I'm watching and I'm playing. In the meantime, we will continue to invest time, energy, and resources to bring Project xCloud to global scale through Azure. We're always testing new features and learning, and we're excited to explore further as we look to debut click-to-play scenarios within the Facebook gaming and Instagram communities. Mixer technology across Microsoft. Gaming has always pushed technology forward. Live streaming services like Mixer have pioneered a new level of interactive experiences at scale, born from the simple fact that the players drive the action in a game. Although the mixed community will be able to transition to Facebook gaming, the innovative technology that powered the platform will stay with and live on across Microsoft. Microsoft Teams, which I'm actually using for work right now, will leverage Mixer's deep investment in ultra-low latency video streaming, real-time interactivity, and video distribution technology to accelerate our ability to support a variety of video-first virtual experiences, from meetings into live events to other broadcast scenarios. Applying these fan-centric capabilities to new productivity experiences will create immersive ways for teams to empower people, teams, and organizations to better engage in virtual gatherings at work and school. At Xbox, we focus on bringing great games and experiences to more people around the world. We look forward to meeting new and even bigger communities as they gather around their favourite games. So that's a lot to digest there. That did go on a little bit. Try to get through it as quick as possible. The first thing I will say about this is, obviously, my thoughts go out to all the streamers, especially those that were relying on Mixer for full-time, essentially employment and revenue streams. I wish them all the best. I hope they're able to find a new platform quickly. I hope they're able to quickly build up their community again like they did on Mixer, because, these guys have essentially been made redundant. Like, if they've been employed, if they're Mixer partners and they're using Mixer and their other revenue streams as their full-time job, they've essentially been gone, here's your notice, you've got a month, kind of thing, which is really sad. And the other thing to take away from this is cutthroat business from Microsoft. They clearly felt that even with the massive investment they've put into the platform, structurally, bringing over very, very big creators like Shroud, Ninja, Glyphian, I think it is, as well. That was a massive, massive investment, and they threw a lot of money at it. And it obviously, Mixer was not clearly growing at the rate that Microsoft felt that their investment deserved, which is a massive shame, really. And it's just unfortunately one of those things. Things go in cycles. A lot of people kind of came out and criticised Microsoft, going, "Oh, they've not seen something through yet again." I think that's a little harsh. I understand how people would have been upset and angry about this move, especially if they were on the platform, but I think that's a little bit harsh. But clearly from this is that Microsoft are doubling down on the Xbox platform. Instead of spreading their focus and their resources across multiple platforms within the gaming space, they're going, right, we are doubling down on the Xbox services that we have. The console, the PC, Game Pass, Xbox Live. They're not looking at other ways to generate audiences now, because they feel that they can do this better through xCloud. And the one thing that I will say about xCloud now, there is a lot riding on xCloud. That service better be good, it better work, and it better progress quickly, because they are doing a lot around this that they're pushing it front and centre, and rightfully so. It's a very exciting time. It's a very exciting piece of technology. I've been able to use it hands-on. I've not been part of the preview program, although I have signed up. I've not been fortunate enough to be accepted on that yet. Hopefully I might be one day. But I got a chance to play several games. West of Dead, Ori and the Blind Forest, I think it was. I played Ori on an iPad, and I played West of Dead on a phone at XO19. And dude, it was so cool. It was really, really cool. And these games did not look bad at all. These games looked great. Now, obviously, it's a little bit different playing a live game on a xCloud demo at XO19 in the Microsoft convention compared to playing it, on the road when you're in a car or in an airport or wherever it may be. There's a lot they're putting a lot on xCloud. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. There's a lot of talk about how xCloud is going to launch alongside the Series X. They're going to add xCloud subscription as part of Game Pass. So you've got easy access to your Game Pass account or your Game Pass games wherever you are via xCloud. And the other thing I will say about this is, I respect Ninja and Shroud massively for what they've been able to do. But they've got a get out of jail free card. Like, both their numbers hit very, very low. And I know Ninja made the point of, it's all relative to the size of Mixer and the viewers that are on Mixer. And I understand that argument, I do. But they took a massive hit, but they were getting paid for it. They were getting guaranteed money. And the fact that they've had their contracts paid in full, they're not the only ones, there'll be other streamers as well. But the fact they've had their contracts paid in full, which people believe are to be in the tens of millions of dollars, wow, that's pretty mental. So we'll have to wait and see if there's any more fallout out of this. I know that, I think it's Galifian, I don't want to say his name wrong, but I think it's King Galifian. He has officially announced that he's moving over to Facebook Gaming. Ninja and Shroud, I don't think at this moment in time have mentioned anything, but if I am wrong, let me know in the comments. It's going to be curious to see how the Facebook Gaming partnership with Xbox is going to work, and whether it's actually going to be successful in the long run, because I'm part of the generation, really, where Facebook was really blowing up. Like, it was around my kind of time, maybe a little bit earlier. So Facebook was the thing when I was a kid. It's not the same for many younger kids anymore. Like, they're now on different platforms. TikTok, Snapchat is way bigger. Instagram's become way bigger as well. And maybe they're looking at Facebook Gaming and they're looking at how they can make this crossover with Instagram and get into that market, which would be very curious. But yeah, we will have to wait and see what happens there. Very, very interesting about all this. And I wish anyone who has been moved off to Mixer, whether they're going to Facebook Gaming or not, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you do well. I hope you can get things back and running again. So good luck. You get a thumbs up from me. All the best. Right. Item number 2. Xbox Series S/Lockhart has been all but confirmed with game development kit links. This comes via Windows Central. If you don't believe the Xbox Series S or Project Lockhart is real now, come on. The evidence is stacking up. This comes from Windows Central. The Xbox Series S, known by its code name of Lockhart, has appeared once again, this time in June 2020 release notes for the Microsoft Game Development Kit. Security researcher on Twitter known as Title OS has offered a glimpse at the relevant sections, which refer to Lockhart's profiling mode, quote, alongside an Anaconda profiling mode, which refers to the more powerful Xbox Series X. The profiles likely refer to graphic tiers developers can target for the different spec levels. Lockhart is expected to be around 4 teraflops targeting 1080p, with Anaconda, the Xbox Series X, hitting 12 teraflops. Very little is known about Lockhart, but it's expected to be a slimmed down, less powerful, all-digital next-gen Xbox, sporting boost CPU and SSD capabilities over the Xbox One X, while also being less powerful in the graphics department. It's expected to be the cheapest next-gen entry option, giving users the ability to jump ahead with new features afforded by NVMe SSD storage speeds, while also hitting a more affordable price point. Told you, this thing is real, folks. I've covered it a couple of times now on the channel. This is undeniably a real thing. And now, a lot of people now knowing that it's probably real, and it's essentially real, it's just not been announced yet, they're all coming out, and certain people, not necessarily people in the Xbox community, but other communities per se, saying, your next-gen console is going to be weaker than the Xbox One X because people are only looking at the teraflops. Now, okay, I guess Microsoft can take a little bit of blame for that because they heavily market teraflops over and over and over again. So when there's a rumour of you've got a 4 teraflop Series S compared to your 6 teraflop Xbox One X, I can see how people would get misconstrued by that. But you've got to remember, this Series S/Lockhart is going to have a more advanced CPU. It's going to have a more advanced SSD. People are even talking about it's still going to support ray tracing, even if it is only at 1080p. So there's lots of things that have not been announced yet, but I know for a fact this console is still going to be bloody good. And the reason why they're making this is because it is going to be super, super cheap, which I've already discussed in previous episodes. I discussed a couple of weeks ago about how rumours are saying that the Xbox Series S could be as low as $200, which I think is mental, and I don't necessarily agree with that. But look, people are targeting some ridiculously low price point for this console. I don't think it will be long until we hear about what's actually going on with this. Are they going to reveal it in the July showcase? That's the question. Are they going to be forced into making this announcement official based on the fact that Sony have previously made the PS5 Digital Edition official? Who knows? But the cat is really out the bag now. Like, everyone knows about this. And for me, I don't see the necessary point. I know Microsoft want to focus on games, but I don't necessarily see the point of just holding back this information now when clearly everyone who actually cares about Xbox knows this is a real thing. And if it turns out not to be a real thing, then I will happily come out here and I will say, look, I was wrong, but I doubt it. I very much doubt it. And like I said previously, I'm still very interested about how they're going to message this when they release its full specs. You know, they need to make sure they're going to make it clear that it's not the same as the Xbox Series X, and that's obvious because if it's going to cost potentially half the price, it's not going to be the Series X. People are saying it's just going to be a digital version of the Series X. No way. This thing is less powerful. And because it's slightly less powerful and it hasn't necessarily got all the bells and whistles that the Xbox Series X has, it's going to be cheaper. That's the point. That's why this console exists. It's a next-gen console. It will be a step up from the Xbox One X, but it will be an affordable jump into the next gen. Which maybe suggests that the Xbox Series X could be $499 or $500. Maybe. They might undercut Sony still from that, who knows. But again, Series S is out there. It's a thing. We just have to wait and see. I predict, I would say it's likely we're going to get it in July. You know, either open the show with it or end the show with it like Sony did. You know, why not? The PS5 reveal didn't take anything away from the games on that show. So I don't think the Series S reveal would take anything away from the games on that show. But who knows? Who the hell knows? But looking forward to when this finally gets announced. It's real, folks. It's definitely real. Item number 3. Now, this one's cool. This one is very intriguing. I love a good bit of speculation, this one. Item number 3. Perfect Dark and Fable handles appear on Twitter, but is it worth being excited for next-gen reveals? This comes from Pure Xbox. So, there have been... This is all Pure Xbox article. Again, I'll leave the link in the description. There have been ongoing rumours about the Fable and Perfect Dark series making a return next generation. Speculation about Fable's comeback intensified earlier this week when a newly created Twitter account of the same name was spotted. Today, this followed up with the discovery of a Perfect Dark account. And then Tom Warren from The Verge, Tom's a very good source, he's doing a great job at the moment, pointing out how one was registered by an Xbox employee and the other had a Microsoft email address attached. GM of Xbox Game Marketing, Aaron Greenberg, love you Aaron, saw Warren's tweet doing the rounds online and decided to quell any excitement by explaining how it was standard practice, that was his quote, to secure social handles for major Xbox IP. AG, quote, I know everyone is hungry for news, but sorry to get your hopes up. These accounts have been active for years. It's standard practice to secure social media handles for our IP. However, there is a twist. Because if you actually go and... I think you can find the handles on Twitter. I've not specifically tried. I've just taken the screenshots from some of the articles. But There's no way they've been active for years. Because there's one that's been registered since March, and there's one that's recent, March or maybe May, I think it was March, and one that's been registered since June. They've not been going for years, Aaron, have they? Now, again, I don't want to stoke the fire of, speculation, but it is a little bit fun, because I think we can safely say Fable has been one of the worst kept secrets in the gaming industry for at least 3 years, right? Ever since Playground Games, or ever since Microsoft acquired Playground Games, and they said they're going to be building a whole new second team, not a splinter team, not what like Ninja Theory have done with the team that made Bleeding Edge or the team that Obsidian have for Grounded, a whole new second team, a massive second team, which they call, coincidentally, the RPG team, because they're not revealing what game they're working on at the moment. Everyone and their nan has been, hang on, they're a British developer, no one's making Fable, Playground must be making Fable, right? And I get that, and it kind of adds up, but I do think it is real. I do think that could be a possibility, but we still don't know because nothing's been confirmed yet. And I would like to think if there's any time to tell us whether this is real, it's in a month's time, or less than a month's time now. Now, with Perfect Dark, I've never played the Perfect Dark games. I have recently installed them on my Xbox One, courtesy of my Xbox Game Pass subscription, and backwards compatibility. But the last Perfect Dark was released in 2000. Perfect Dark Zero was released in 2005. Big gap, 15 plus years. We've not seen this franchise. Okay, obviously Rare, one of Rare's better franchises. I believe it was Rare who made them. But the question is, with Perfect Dark, do Xbox really need another first-person shooter game? Like, I'm thinking of the gaps that exist in Microsoft's portfolio right now, and the big ones that scream out to me are an RPG, a JRPG, like a staple Japanese franchise, which was probably what Scalebound was going to be, but then it failed. Or it didn't fail, but it ultimately got binned. A horror game, which I think that void is going to be hopefully filled by something like The Medium or Scorn, and an action-adventure game. They're the two for me that are like, or four. We're missing those. I'm not thinking we're missing a shooter, considering we have Halo, which is one of the best first-person shooter franchises ever, and still is, regardless of what a lot of people think. Yeah, it's had its ups and downs, but it's still one of the best ever. And we've got Gears, which, okay, not a first-person shooter, is a cover-based shooter, but it's still a shooter. So, do we really need a third shooter franchise on Xbox? Now, if they come out and they say, yeah, we are going to make a Perfect Dark, I'm not necessarily going to criticise that, because I'm like, great, Xbox are finally going back to their old IP, and they're bringing them in to a new generation, which they haven't done for a long, long time. Good. That's a great thing. But we need to focus on what they're necessarily missing, and I'm not sure this is something that they're missing. However, something that I do think they're missing is there is another handle that surfaced. Now, I'm not 100% sure whether this one is legitimately real or not, because it wasn't in the original article, but I have seen screenshots going around on Twitter that there's also a Ninja Gaiden handle going on that's doing the rounds. Now that is a game that I think, yep, there's a spot for that on Xbox. Bring back Ninja Gaiden. Now the problem is, Ninja Gaiden, and I think it was Ninja Gaiden Black, were the two games that were exclusive on the Xbox. The series then went multi-plat later on. So it started exclusively on the Xbox, and then eventually went multi-plat. I don't know how easy it would be to get Microsoft to go, let's bring it back to Xbox. I don't know how easy that would be. But if they're going to throw money at any dormant franchise that has still got a great reputation on Xbox, Ninja Gaiden's the one. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with these. I think, if anything, Fable is the more likely one. And then Perfect Dark, and then Ninja Gaiden. But it brings into the speculation and the hype for July's event. I just want it now. I want it to be over and done with. I want it to be amazing. I want it to be great. I want to be hyped. Let's go. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Hopefully, we will see in a couple of weeks' time whether any of these games are real, and if they are, hopefully they're going to be awesome. So that's everything for the news this week. There was a couple of other things going on. Cyberpunk 2077, the Night City Wire series, started episode 1 from CG Projekt Red. It was fantastic. Go check it out. If you are intrigued in Cyberpunk 2077, I cannot wait for that game. It's about a 25-minute episode. It was really good. They showed us lots of gameplay. We had some good developer speeches as well, so it was really good. So go check that out. But I didn't feel it was worth covering because all the information is just there for you to watch. And at the end of the day, I'd rather you go and support CD Projekt Red with this because it's going to be a great game. So that leads us into Game Pass Gems. We have 4 new games that have been added to Game Pass that are all currently live. I believe, yep. They all dropped into the service since last week's episode. So we have Night Call, which is on console, and an ID Xbox game. This was added on June 24th. As a cab driver working the Paris night shift, you're many things to different people: friend, confidant, counsellor, voyeur. You have the keen ability to get people to talk, and that's exactly what you'll need to do. In 7 nights, a corrupt detective plans to pin a series of murders on you unless you aid the investigation. Pick up passengers, listen to their stories, and gather clues to solve a mystery in 3 unique cases. Observation for console and PC, also via ID Xbox, was added June 25th. A sci-fi thriller uncovering what happened to Dr. Emma Fisher and the crew of her mission through the lens of the station's artificial intelligence, Sam. Players assume the role of Sam by operating the station's control systems, cameras, and tools to assist Emma in discovering what is happening to the station, the vanished crew, and Sam himself. Streets of Rogue, console and an ID Xbox game, June 25th. A roguelite about player choice, freedom, and anarchic fun, taking inspiration from fast-paced top-down roguelites that adds free-form, experimentation-driven, emergent gameplay elements of immersive sims and RPGs. Lots of big words there. Rather than taking place in a dungeon, the game is set in a functioning, procedurally generated city where complex AI informs denizens from all walks of life who are going about their daily activities. And finally, The Messenger. This is console and an ID Xbox game, June 25th. Already available on PC, welcome to console. As a demon army besieges his village, a young ninja ventures through a cursed world to discover a scroll paramount to his clan's survival. What begins as a classic action platformer soon unravels into an expansive time-travelling adventure full of thrills, surprises, and humour. So that's everything from Game Pass. Games with Gold. We have new Games with Gold for July. We have WRC 8 FIA World Rally Championship. This is available from July 1st to 31st on Xbox One. Dunk Lords is available July 16th to August 15th on Xbox One. I don't know. There's obviously a pattern now. The second game for Xbox One has a crossover into the following month. I always find that a bit odd. But anyway. Saints Row 2, available July 1st to July 15th on Xbox One and Xbox 360. And Juju, available July 16th to the 31st on Xbox One and Xbox 360. A quick rundown of those for you. WRC 8 FIA World Rally Championship. Play the most complete and authentic WRC simulation yet. Featuring a dynamic weather system with true-to-life physics, preparation and management before each stage are vital as you compete in the sun, rain and snow. With 50 teams, 14 rallies and over 100 stages, WRC 8 has the deepest content ever available in an off-road racing title. Dunk Lords, you can ball, but can you fight? Find out in this fantastic 2-on-2 basketball beat-em-up. Choose from 20 of the baddest ballers around, each with special attacks and insane abilities, and battle it out on 15 unique courts. Play powered-up pick-up games with 4 friends, or guide your young star slice to the very top in story mode. Make sure not to miss out on this new to Xbox title. Saints Row 2, or Saints Row 2, help the 3rd Street Saints take back their city in the second entry of the explosive over-the-top franchise where you can explore a massive open-world sandbox by sea, land, or air. Fully customize your characters and complete over 40 story missions and numerous bonus quests to seek vengeance and restore the Saints as the rightful kings of Stillwater. And Juju, get ready to jump to the next level of adventure. Embark on a dangerous and mystical journey with the shaman panda, Juju, and his lizard psychic, Peya, to save both his father and world from an ancient evil. Bounce, run, chant, and battle enormous bosses in this beautifully animated and enjoyable platformer. And finally, that leaves us with the Xbox Store stash. So, Hunting Simulator 2, June 30th. With your hunting dog by your side, explore the Texan desert and forests of Colorado and Europe as you track down 33 animal species. Choose your gear from over 160 official weapons, accessories, and clothing items, including Browning, Winchester, and Bushnell. Pre-order now to receive a bonus weapon, the premium Beretta 486 shotgun by Mark Newson. Otterman Empire, July 2nd. An intense quick-fire party shooter with jetpacks set in a world where otters rule. You must gear up, strap on your jetpack, and travel across the galaxy in havoc-causing party game mayhem. With rapid changing game modes and 8 customizable characters and game-changing hazards, no round of the Ottoman Empire will ever be the same. Alphadia Genesis, July 3rd. It's an Xbox Play Anywhere title. Having been at peace for only 15 years since the end of Energy War, the kingdoms of Arklane and Calzabine, I think that's how you say it, Galzabine, are once again thrust onto centre stage after the murder perpetrated by a clone comes to light. Engage in intense 3D turn-based battles with beautifully rendered character visuals, vibrant energy, and break skills. Demolition and Build, July 3rd. Demolition and Build offers 4 huge locations in which you can construct or destroy buildings. We play as an owner of a construction destruction company, and our employers can use various tools such as hammers, but they can also use smaller or bigger machines such as diggers, bulldozers, cranes, or a remote-controlled robot that can work in the most harsh conditions, inaccessible and dangerous places. Clash Force, July 3rd. The evil Crackman and his minions are causing mayhem, and only Crash Force is up to the task of stopping his fiendish plans. Guide Voom, Scorpedo, or Ekid, I think I said Ekid, I think that's right, through forest bases, hydrified deserts, underground mines, and eventually to Crackman's flying fortress, where the final battle will unfold in this love letter to classic 8-bit and gun action games and 80s cartoons. Well, there you go. That's a quite short Xbox Store stash this week. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please make sure you leave a like, you head over to Installation X and subscribe, and you hit that bell for notifications of future uploads, and support the channel on the road to 1,000 subs. Don't forget to follow myself and the channel on social media with links in the description. Let me know your thoughts on all the topics covered in this week's show in the comment section below, and as always, for all things Xbox, stay tuned to Installation X. Bye, guys.